Alright, let's start Regulus' story. The best band in town. Or what she says, let's get ready to rock and roll. On the road, stage 1. Travel safe and remember to hydrate. And I guess I'll hydrate for now. Are we on Route 77 again?
Fab!
Mark my words, Mr. Apple. All we need to do is keep straight down this road, and we'll get where we need to be. Did we land at the wrong airport? Sure. Did that lorry we hitched on go bust? Absolutely. Did our motorbike go kittering into the cacti? Too bloody right. Hey, nothing's going to slow us down. The rockin' pirates is making their way down the Sunbeam Highway, each step bringing her nearer to the distant west coast. She turns her back to the blazing sun, noticing her shadow shortening beneath her, then watching as it shifts behind her. Those Foundation's fools ought to have figured it out by now. This rockin' pirate can't be beat. She laughs, stepping gingerly across the burning stone. Under the blazing sun, it looks as if the asphalt stretches endlessly far beyond the horizon. What did she leave without a word, so gracefully? Was it something I said? Now all I can do is wait for yesterday. She hums her favorite tune as she makes her way forward beneath the gaze of the red cliffs above her.
Captain!
You dropped something! A floppy disk tumbles out of her backpack and clatters onto the scorching asphalt.
Oh, I see.
Oh, floppy disk, the little gadget Sonata gave us. Heh, just another Foundation trinket. She picks it up, brushes off the dust, and tucks the lost item back into her bag. If things head sideways, we have this little toy to make our escape. But why don't we just use it to go straight to Los Angeles? His voice is in character hoarse.
Oh.
Nonsense. This is a journey, Mr. Apple. And any good journey is about hosting your sails and making your own across a wide open sea. Not that there's much sea to go around here. No sea at all. Only badlands and mountains, and beyond the mountains, wilderness. And threaded across the wilderness are the asphalt's road of industrial, stitching together civilization from coast to coast. But keep your chin up. We're a long way still from LA, but we're not going south till we're there.
Woohoo!
It'll be nice to have an airship about now. That's a groovy thought. She pulls out the disc again, a Foundation ritual disc hidden among her vinyl collection, disguised as an ordinary CD. Quick cast. Shadow. Smadow. Haha. The ritual disc gives no response to her botched incantation.
Captain!
This apple believes, perhaps? His voice is weak, losing more and more of his usual shine and elegance. Indeed, he seems to be struggling to stay afloat in the scorching heat and almost shriveling, trying with as much effort as he can still muster to keep up with his captain's boundless energy. Before we reach the coast, Captain, please.
No worries.
Just think of the glorious sunshine awaiting us on California Highway 1. Mr. Apple will make it to that show in record time and rock on harder than ever. Her ambition remains as high as ever, Even after this little trinket, even after this little ticket mishap, they had stepped out of the plane expecting to be welcomed by a big city and ocean breeze, but instead found themselves in an entirely unfamiliar and unwelcoming place. Now, Apple is falling further and further behind her. Oh, that's right, his color's changing. I missed the thing, I didn't hit auto. What? Captain, if I die, bury me beneath Westminster Bridge, please. His sentence trails away as he lands in a soft, squishy thud. A remnant bit of juice sizzles out of the hot asphalt as Regulus scoops him up in her hands.
Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh, hey, Mr. Apple, wake up!
No!
Mr. Apple!
Hey!
Is it Desert Flannel? It sounds like her voice, but it could be somebody else. Did something happen to your apple? The car pulls off the road besides her, and the window lowers. Nope, it's a different person. Need a ride? Walking across the wilderness in this heat ain't easy.
Hi.
I'm from Gold Dust, just a little up that way. My name's Riley. What's yours? The friendly driver waves her towards the car. You're lucky to meet the one and only rockin' pirate of the Thames, Regulus. But this rockin' pirate could use a bit of water about now. Here, catch! The driver tosses a half-empty bottle to her.
Woohoo!
Rock on! This should be enough to save Mr. Apple. She twists open the cap and pours the remaining water out over her first mate. Is that how all your Brits treat your food? This apple isn't food. He's my mate.
Okay.
Alrighty then. So, what brings you out here? Get lost on your way to the Aquabog? Or just decided to brave the desert on foot? Only a bloody misprinted ticket at the airport. Oh, and then the lorry we hitched a ride with broke down, and the motorcycle hit a rough patch and skidded into some cacti. And even the bleeding tractor that found us couldn't make it more than halfway. So now we're hoofing it. Whether a curse or just an awful run of bad luck, misfortune appears to be following Regulus at every step. Well, don't go jinxing my baby here too. It's just a playful laugh as far as Regulus could tell.
But
Hold on, did you say we? The driver glanced around on the rocky villa. To her mind, the only people there are herself and the bespectacled pirate. Mr. Apple here is my first mate. She cradles the apple up to her chest. Her poor companion still hasn't regained consciousness under the blazing sun.
okay.
Well, your friend looks like he's seen better days.
How's it going?
Goldus is just ahead. It won't take long, so miss, how about it? She honks signally Regulus to hop in.
Listen.
If you need a place to stay tonight, trust me, that's your only option. But we're headed to the coast. Our long, short holiday is supposed to be about beaches, Dr. Pepper, and rock and roll.
Here is the case.
I don't know if I ever heard of a long, short holiday. But if you're bound for Los Angeles, then even if everything goes smoothly, that's going to be a long drive ahead of you, and the roads out here aren't too great. And if you're fixing on walking along the highway, you won't get there until sometime next week. So you need a car, or at least a ride. She passed the wheel of her car efficiently, as proud as the knight atop her steed.
Hey!
So, come on now, hop in, miss. Don't mind the clutter. I was picking up some stuff from a friend the next town over, but I got room for you. She clears some of the bags and bundles, carving out just enough space for the back seat. As she approaches, Regulus is hit with a whiff odor, a disinfectant smell that caused her to hesitate for a moment, until she at last opened the door. Smells a bit like A and C in here. Wait, A and E in here. What's the A and the E mean? She sniffs like a curious cub, trying to identify the strange scent whiffing from the luggage in the back seat. Could be because my friend I mentioned was working at the hospital.
I'm ready.
Alright, ready to go? Did the bad luck start already? Huh? Don't do this, buddy. We'll never let a hitchhiker down before. Could it be that your buddy's not in the mood? How about some music to cheer up?
Oh.
Fab. How about something by John Lennon?
Wah!
I almost hit. Hang on back there. This jalopy got some miles on it, but cuts the old girl some slack. To be continued. So, stage 2, Fool's Gold. Gold? No, there's none of that stuff here. From afar, she spots a hospital, a radio station, a motel, and a faint chant-like melody drifting over the scene as they arrive to something unexpected. Lines of people form queues outside the local shops. The town seems much livelier than Regulus has expected.
Look!
That's Gold Dust radio station, just a few steps down from the corner there.
That's...
It used to be the old opera house back in the Gold Rush. Then the radio took over, so the locals call it the Broadcast Theater. Sometimes folks rent it out for the events.
Oh.
Sounds like a perfect spot for a heavy metal show. About that.
Look at this.
Further down the street, you'll figure out why we call this place Gold Dust, the old miners' camp.
Now.
The state built a big old power plant there a while back, but lately it's been on the fritz. The power here is about as predictable as a moody Arcanus. I thought this would be just one of those typical old West ghost towns. You know, highways, cacti, haunted inns, and piercing screams. That was Tuesday's Motel. She missed it by two updates. I think. Maybe throw a couple of cowboys drawing pistols at high noon. She points two loaded fingers up at Riley with a playful smile.
You are?
So you're a pirate. And this apple friend, what's his name? Only the fastest, coolest, rockin'est pirate of dams, Regulus. And Mr. Apple here, well, he's Mr. Apple. Her introduction is as proud as ever, though stifled a little bit by the thought of her still nearly lifeless crewmate.
That's awesome.
What? Like a real live pirate? I thought you were joking. It's a cool title though, as far as pirate name goes. She smiles and waves to some boys across the street. The kid ducks over to see new visitors. But the moment they notice Riley and her strange companion, the kids hush, whispering among themselves. What's all this about? Nothing much. Local stuff.
Hey!
Hey kiddo, find me a parking spot. The driver tosses her keys and a few coins to the silent boy, then motions her to hitchhikers to follow. You know, my dad told me that the day I was born, Elvis was doing a show here. Though, I figured if he had been on this little slice of nothing, it'll be a bigger news. Huh? You listening, miss? Regulus is instead fixated on the notion pinned on the wall.
What? What am I looking at?
What's this? Seventh Amendment of the Gold Dust Morality Act. All Arcanists must register their identity within 30 minutes of entering town limits.
What?
Hey, hang about. Register? Isn't this Foundation territory? Do they want me to up and give away my location anytime, anywhere, so they can pop me in some cave or jail cells as soon as they like? 23rd Amendment. No consuming cocoa or cocoa-based products in bed. 29th Amendment. No rock concerts or possibility of rock and roll paraphernalia will be permitted within town limits. She removes her sunglasses and leans closer to the notice, her eyes wide with disbelief at the printed words. So who made those laws or amendments?
What?
Rock is banned? Banned? The hymns begins being sung, suddenly gaining grating quality to her ears. The word rock has been printed above the notice, then crossed out with a large X. This here is an attack on freedom itself.
Let me think.
Oh yeah, someone from the Order of Enlightenment got voted in as a mayor. And not long after, we have all these new rules popping up. Residents are not to interact privately with unregistered arcanists. Bread must be baked at least 40 for at least 40 minutes, and must pray before dinner to... Pray to who is it again? Anyway, the sheriff's office and the radios are all in the pocket now, so the rest of us just go along with what they say. Riley points out the town site one by one. The hurried pedestrians, the anxious customers, the thug-like enforcers on the streets, and the scattered notice in between.
But
My pals and I don't take the rules too seriously. Some we follow, some we don't. It's hard to make sense of all of them all. Life goes on as usual. Honestly, most of these rules just feel like something your mom will nag you about. She offers a wagging finger with a smile. My mom never cared about stuff like that.
okay.
Lucky you. But that ain't the point. Anyway,
So,
me and my friends are planning something big. She leans in as she says it, whispering softly.
what if?
And if you're willing to stay at the Beatles Inn, you can get in for free. Ha, a sneaky sales tactic that. But far from it from me to turn down an invitation to a party. Just tell the front desk you're a friend of mine. They'll set you up with a discount. She winks. Righto, but first I gotta get Mr. Apple upright again.
I'm sorry.
I almost forgot about your Apple friend there. You'll find that Mr. Apple is a talented arcanist. An arcanist?
Oh.
You probably already gathered that the rules are pretty strict for arcanists here, and worse for arcanist pirates, I bet. Riley lowers her voice, gesturing subtly to the roadside. Though the streets is noisy and chaotic, what had seemed before excited now reveals a restless depth. Their piercing gaze lands on Regulus and her Apple companion. What are you gawking at? Never seen a rock star before, eh? Some lunatic arcanist from out of town attacked us a little while ago. Riley shakes her head and then reveals a pistol in her hand.
Look at this.
They were packing something like this.
Ah?
Is that a gun?
It's nothing.
What's so surprising? Oh, I forgot you Brits don't see them often. But this is just a toy. He pulls the trigger, releasing a burst of confetti from the barrel. Happy holidays! The tiny pop of confetti gun is drowned out by the sudden lifting of the music prevailing in the town. As if synchronized with music, enforcers appear and begin posting new notices. There are arguments somewhere in the distance, but the loud hymn-like broadcast covers up the words. Yet, for the people around them, it seems as if this was just another ordinary day, except for the new stranger and the confetti drifting in the wind. I mean, it's not actually a holiday or anything. Any old day can be a holiday if you want it to be. I hereby declare today to be International Pirate Rock Day. To commemorate her interrupted journey.
The point I'm trying to make.
But before we start with the festivals, we're in need of somewhere to bunk in for the night. Mr. Apple here is looking more and more like a Granny Smith. Her crewmate remains motionless in the hearth as he stands beneath the scorching western sun. Right, that'll be Beatles Inn. Take the next right and then down the street for the length of 2 of those broadcast hymns. They're all the same, then knock on the glass with the star-shaped ornament. She relays the direction to the inn, giving the distant impression as it will be exactly the kind of place she likes.
Goodbye.
I need to find my friends, but I hope I see you later, pal. To be continued. Stage or Part 3, Illusion of Light. Just a little trick of Arcanum, hardly worth mentioning. The hallways is a noisy din punctured with chaotic guitar riffs. From inside her guest room, Regulus picks up a phone and dials the front desk. Hi, I need some... She holds the receiver between her cheek and shoulder, flipping through an emergency manual. Some saline solution. Yeah, room 301, saline solution, and plant nutrients. Yep, that's what I said. Heal. Hopefully that'll fix you up right as the rhythm.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, man?
I told you.
I don't have...
What's up?
What's all this then? Regulus hurries to the doorway and peeks into this hall to spy on a commotion, but there's nothing there to see. Bit odd, this place. Before she has any time to think over what she's heard, her room service arrives with Apple's much-needed aid. Soaked in a 0.9% saline solution for 1 minute. Following a guideline far more diligent than ever before, she places her companion carefully into the salty cup.
Huh?
Is this really gonna work? She watches the clock above her, counting the seconds. 1, 2, 3, up to 60. Mr. Apple! Mr. Apple! Bubble rise from the cup, and 2 cans rushed into scoops. Captain, the last thing I require is to accompany you on a roadside trek. Where are we now? Gold dust, apparently. Though, this spot doesn't seem to be marked on any map. Yeah, you took a header out there. Thankfully, we found ourselves a new mate. We actually arrived when she did. I wager you were only a few minutes away from being an apple fritter. The apple begins to compose himself once more, regaining a bit of strength from the saline solution. Our vacation plan may need a little twerking, first mate.
Affirmative.
As always, our course is up to the sole discretion of our captain. This apple is with you wherever you go. This town we landed in has some absolutely naff rules, Mr. Apple. I've never seen a place more in need of our particular brand of rock and rolling liberation. They've been putting the clamps on us Arcanus. Routine inspection. Routine inspection. Open up.
Captain!
I don't believe it will be wise to open the door, Captain.
Eh?
Gotta head into them. These particular censorship stooges are quick on the feet. What do I do for a fast boat and some open sea right now, about now? I haven't gotten our bearings yet, Captain. But I do believe we're in a few leagues out of the Pacific yet. Too right.
Fine.
But we won't let that keep us down, will we? I got an idea.
Oh.
I'm not about to let these jackboots get their way. A sudden radiation of arcane skills shimmers, covering the two of them in light. It's empty? From his point of view, all he can see is a pristine, neatly arranged guest room. A seemingly unanimate apple, I bet one of the doors from a gentleman bow tie, lies on the pillow as if to give a touch of elegance. The little trick managed to fool the enforcers. But the mayor said there'll be someone here. Could they be hiding? The enforcers make a brief check of the room, awfully passing by Regulus's bright optical illusion. Maybe I got the room numbers wrong, or some punk kid is playing tricks on me. Ew. Wish I had gotten a heads up about the brute squad.
Woohoo!
You do make a convincing pillow mint, Mr. Apple. Pretending to be an inanimate object is far from my most challenging role. Some might call that method acting.
Huh?
This is turning into a proper mess. How'd the fuss get wise to us so quick? Could be that your repetition precedes you, Captain. Regulus takes notes that the periodic guitar riffs that had punctured the hotel's hallway are gone now, leaving behind only the dim cataphone of hymns from the streets.
Oh.
The rock gods above know I'm a patient woman. But I won't tell a lie, Mr. Apple. This Barney town is really getting on my nerves. No rock and roll, and no unregistered Arcanus.
Ow!
It's been less than an hour, and you're already a wanted fugitive. I do believe this may be a new record, Captain.
Huh?
Is it then? Well, that's another feather in the old cap, ain't it?
Solid.
Of course, that does make sense. If our presence here already got the man in the tizzy, then you might just be right, Mr. Apple. All repetition does precede us. From the Plymouth shipyard to the LA dockland, tales of the Rock Rebellion have doubtless made waves.
Not exactly.
Still, I would have thought this place was a safe harbor. Why did they let the enforcers in? Regulus sits down on the bed, pondering aloud about the town's ordinance. So, all Arcanus has got to register. And for some reason, you can't have chocolate in bed. Then, as if this place couldn't get more square, they ban rock music. Fab. Just flab. Well, there's not but one thing to do about it. We need to break all those rotten rules at once. She reaches into her bag and grabs a handful of red and green chocolate borrowed from the Foundation Christmas party. Next to appear is her record player and a few choice speakers. She checks the needle, loads her favorite vinyl, and adjusts the tone arm. Last but not least, she disappears into a flickering arcane light. Let freedom rock! She gives a rebel yell that falls nearly on the mouthful of chocolate. Power's out!
Waffle.
Captain, I do believe we knocked out the power. To be continued. So, part 4, all aboard. The captain finds her crew. Guests pour out from inside the inn, producing a bustling commotion louder than when they first arrived.
Captain!
Not sure I understand all the fuss. This seems like nothing more than a temporary outage. Should be over quickly.
Huh.
How come the grid is so doggy? It's done in just by a few speakers and an old vinyl plater? I suggest an alternate explanation. It looks like the authorities had set up a corridor around what appears to be the town's power plant. Just our luck, eh? She removes her sunglasses and surveys the surrounding. A crowd of young people linger across the street, whispering to one another. Any idea what they're on about, Mr. Apple? This apple can only make out the words, Order of Enlightenment.
Huh?
The Order of Enlightenment? Yeah, Riley mentioned them too. What's their deal? Return from an unfamiliar era leaves Regulus scratching her head.
Hey!
It wasn't us, man. This is total crap. Well, whether it was or wasn't, you're coming with us.
Why?
On what charges? I know my rights. You can't just haul us to jail for nothing. The young people are soon flanked by each side of uniformed thugs. There's a tension in the air that would match the best standoff of any spaghetti western. We had our eyes on you punks for a while now. Under the Resolve Gold Dust Spoiler Act, you're suspected of organizing a illegal rock performance.
What?
What? This is it? We're not letting these thugs get away with arresting these kids.
Please hold on for a second, Captain Regulus.
The crowd outside the hotel. The crowd outside the hotel has gone eerily quiet as they watch the growing rank of black uniformed enforcers on the street. Discretion may be the better part of valor at this moment.
Fine.
Discretion, mate. Don't you know me better than that? The tension seems to set to break when the moment is interrupted by the appearance of a sharp-dressed man that promptly strides to the line of black-suited enforcers. And just like that, the tension fizzles away as the young rocker hangs their heads. See? There's nothing to worry about, son. Let's just do this nice and easy. Come along with us. The mayor would like a word. This won't take long.
Shoot!
Damn it. Whatever. Just don't touch me. I can walk there myself. As the commotion fades into a dejected whimper, the sharp-dressed man turns abruptly and makes a beeline for Regulus.
Oh,
Oh, a new face! What a blessed young lady.
hello.
My name is Jonathan, Mayor and Chief Representative of the Order of Enlightenment in this town. We'll be hosting a gathering at the Broadcast Theater tonight.
Maybe.
I do hope to see you there, miss. The gentleman offers her a handwritten invitation. The fresh ink still tings in the oddly ominous hue.
What? What am I looking at?
What's this about, eh? Some kind of show?
Yes.
Of sorts, yes. It's our weekly Sunday hymn, where we come together to lift our voice in praise. In praise to who? She lowers her sunglasses to scan the invitation, catching her tongue on a particular title.
What?
The Sufferer.
Yes.
The Sufferer, we gather to sing praise to their sake.
Huh?
So you and all these little roses are gonna be tilting your head back and groveling for this Sufferer guy? Like Vertin and her little followers singing in the choir or school?
Whoa! No! Keep it in the tank!
You could catch me breathing at something as Doville as this or that. Thanks, but no thanks, mate. Ashamed to hear that, miss, especially as a fellow Arcanist.
What if?
If you change your mind, you're always welcome among us. The gentleman gaze lingers meaningful on the floating apple beside her.
My friend.
And that goes for every Arcanist. I do hope you and your Mr. Apple, was it? Will be submitting those registration papers soon. Have a pleasant stay in here in the Gold Dust. All we ask is that you mind our town's ordinance. If you find yourself needing any assistance, do feel free to drop by the theater to see us. The Order of Enlightenment is always eager to assist. The strange gentleman offers an odd bow, leaning on his cane, and hobbles off as the rest of the enforcers disperse. Bit of a creep, eh? Order of Enlightenment? So, this mirror is some kind of Arcanist extremeness? I wonder if Vertin and the Foundation might want to know about these guys. You ever heard of this lot, Mr. Apple? This Apple hasn't heard the name before, Captain. My apologies. No prize for guessing this town's dodgy rules about they're doing.
Hey!
Hey, Regulus! A familiar face waves to her from across the street. And just as quickly races to meet her.
That's...
Looks like your apple friend survived. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, hello.
This apple is likewise charmed, I'm sure.
Hi.
Oh, and he's got a manners too. She suppresses a laugh. That's not every day she greets a talking apple. She's the top bird that gave us lift. Good luck she stopped when she did, or else I might have used the disc. You're a veritable hero, miss.
What?
What did you just say about a disc? It's a portable teleportation disc. It's all on frequency. I was told it's permitted to use under the Foundation's public security law. Well, that's what they told me anyway. I never bothered reading them. In essence, the guideline dictates that all registered arcanists instruct themselves to pre-approved arcane skills. It's a matter of ensuring that arcanist is used for a good out of all. Still, that part seems to have fallen by the wayside lately. Mr. Apple concludes his statement on a low note, but it seems not to have thrown off the groove of his compadres. Blah blah, all I know is rules are meant to be broken, haha.
What
Especially if breaking them dumb rules doesn't do any harm. She flourished her statement with a laugh before popping a piece of chocolate in her mouth. See, is there anyone in the world that put out over me having a bite of chocolate?
Oh.
Smashing, love. Good to see I found a fellow rebel.
My friend.
There's just not one, we got a whole bunch. She holds out a chocolate ball, as if offering a badge of office.
So,
You in? We're planning something fun to bring a little excitement to a boring old town. The two kindred spirits lock eyes. There are no questions in Regulus's mind. You can count on me, pal. Oh, make that count on us. This apple needs not to say more. We're with you, Mr. Riley, Miss Riley. She bobs up and down in the air as a show of courtesy.
sounds great.
Alright, catch you two later. To be continued. So I think it does go up to 7, right? So 4 out, okay. So let's see. Alright, so we got plenty of time. So I was gonna do a quick stretch. Part 5. A Pirate's Declaration. From now on, I call the shots here. At night, they make their way through a secret passage beneath the hotel, traveling through layers of earthwork before arriving at the underground club.
Hey! Look!
I found us a new friend. Made that 2 new friends. Regulus steps into the scene with her trail-made flair.
Huh?
So this is your hideout? Oh yeah, it's not much, just an old stage. All that's left is an old speakeasy from a long time ago. She gestures towards the performance area behind her. It's not bad, except for the lighting. And the air down here can get stuffy. But hey, it's somewhere to practice without those thugs breathing down our necks. You said you were some kind of radio DJ back in the car, right? So you know music. Mr. Raleigh, when it comes to music, the captain's taste is world class.
Wow!
Is that a talking apple? The band leader immediately interested in the appearance of the floating apple. Too right he is. He's the first and best mate of my crew. Oh yeah, well, I guess it's time for our crew met. Riley presents her bandmates with electrifying showmanship.
Friends.
You met Four Finger Johnny on the bass, and on guitar we got this rockadelic Flash Lena. Hitting the drums we got Warhammer Uni, and lastly on those electric ivories we got Octopus Dimitri.
Oh!
And me, I sing. With introduction out of the way, the newcomers are welcomed into their circle. We're planning to record our own album and then distribute it to the people in town secretly. Here. She presents the music in her usual format. A stack of used X-ray films. X-ray films? You're recording music on these? That's quite the unusual technique.
That's right.
You got it, sister. It's a trick we picked up from the rusty friend Dimitri. Not far away, Dimitri's busy turning his keyboard, nodding in acknowledgement. Apparently, back in Russia, they had to sneak in American music on these bone discs. Metal discs as hell, don't you think? Metal as hell, don't you think? Bang on, mate, but let's get down to business. Why bother with an old X-ray when we could take over the broadcast theater? Regulus pitches a curveball to the American friends. The only noise that follows comes from a soft circling motion of the stage lights. Oi mate, did I rock your brains out with that or something? She adjusts her sunglasses before launching into her proposal. Cutting records and distributing them. It's all fine, yeah, but what will it really accomplish? Why not really make some noise? Head down right to the belly of the beast and show a stroke on them and blast them into the stratosphere. Now that's how a real rocket pirate rolls.
Captain!
I feel I must offer a bit of caution. You're proposing quite a risky venture. Gotta agree with the apple. I don't think we prepared to do something so crazy. The guest of the band grumbles out situations apprehensions. Come on, gang, picture it. A pirate radio special here in Gold Dust. We transit the violent and blaster sound straight through the band happy skulls.
Which means?
So, like what? We just have to storm in waving our instruments in the air and splash our way through the stage? Then hijack the mics to sing all those songs they don't want us to hear?
You betcha.
As sharp as attack you are, Johnny. Labashi stops for a moment before a wide wolffish grin stretched out over his face.
Sounds great.
I'm in. I'm so in. What about you, Riley? The spaceship picks up the weapon of rock and plays a significant riff. The drum joins in, followed by the keyboard.
My friend.
Getting tired of playing underground, aren't you, Riley? We'll hit a new venue. Riley stands on stage, looking out over her friends as they sign on with the Rockin' Pirates proposal. Feel it. They're listening. They're lingering on her.
Okay.
Sing in front of everyone? I don't know. I don't think I'm ready. It's a raid! This must be the place.
What's wrong?
The hell? How'd they find us? Sounds like we got uninvited guests. Jackbooted sensors. I guess we have to give them a little preview, hard rock style. The defeated enforcers are tied up and with rope tossed over to the edge of the stage. Are we sure this is a good idea? Aren't these ropes going to hold them? Relax. Those ropes are pretty thick. We used them for the curtains, I think, back when the place had curtains.
Not exactly.
But how did they find us here? Could it be the letter, Captain?
Ah?
Huh? You mean this old thing? Apple doesn't answer directly, instead looking over the letter intently. A letter? I'm beginning to form a connection here, Captain. The mayor offered us this invitation back on the street. He said it was from the Order of Enlightenment, but something about it gave off a eerie sort of feeling. I do believe the ominous nature of this letter wasn't just unease, but arcanum.
What?
Huh. But why are they so bothered with us? Just because we didn't want to register with them? For absolute cheek, thinking they could put their stamp on us? I might tolerate the Foundation tracking me, but these half-pence peelers, not on your life. See? This is why I was worried. We need to burn that letter and scatter while we can. No. No, because we're gonna bring that letter right down to their little cheerleaders and walk in like we own the place. They want to bug me, eh? Well, what's more rock and roll than barging into their stronghold with their own tracker in hand? Get a move on. We got a theater waiting for a show. She turns to the tied up guards. Try those ropes as much as you like, lads. By the time you're free, this town will be rocking out a new kind of thing. Come on, we got the gig of a lifetime rip for the taking. Captain.
Dear.
I'm ready to rock, Captain. The crew grows one by one.
So,
Is life even worth living if you can't make a little trouble? Too right, we're not just gonna flip them the bird, we're gonna shove it right into their faces. That's one hell of a way to put it. She raises her guitar up like a sword, joining the Regulus growing crew.
now,
I always knew I had what it takes to be a pirate, even though I can't swim.
friends.
The captain's right, folks. She turns to her fellow bandmates, and after the show, we'll follow up with a revolution.
Oh,
Speaking of revolution, Lilia, I got another great idea. The crew busts with excitement, their plans and music echoing through the underground club.
oh,
Captain, I do believe we think we're actual pirates.
Cross my heart.
Ha, aren't we? She grabs the microphone, though it wasn't yet powered, to issue her first order. Alright crew, grab your gear. Let's set sail. Our destination? The Broadcast Theater. To be continued. On the road again. On the road again. Alright, so stage 6, on the road again. Bubblegum, a gas station, or a set of drums? Hey, Captain, before we go, we don't know much about you. Know much about you. She stamps out a spark on her feet. Not far away, the rest of the band is waving off some of the other kids from the club.
What?
But it doesn't matter. I didn't know anyone here at first either.
Huh?
Yeah, how did you all end up together? In the parking lot nearby, the engine of Riley's car revs up. The way I heard it, Johnny just spotted her in the bar one night, walked right up to her and said, "Hey, wanna start a band?" He's like gum, sticks to whoever he chooses, right, Johnny? Johnny wipes the bead of sweat from his forehead before he loads up the truck.
Hey!
If you got time to chit-chat, you got time to haul this gear. Chit-chat? What you talking about? The captain and I are strategizing here. About the show, I sing too. Don't I, Apple? His response is partly non-commitment. Oh, you want to be part of the show? I guess I thought you'd be off doing pirating things.
For example,
You know, like grabbing a gun or storming the control room like a real badass. No. I'm not the action and explosion sort of pirate. A few pyrotechnic accepted. But I do my own way. But I do have my own ways. Hey. Car's ready. We're all set up. The captain was discussing the crew assignment with Lydia.
So,
Right on. So, what am I doing? Hanging about. Aren't you singing? I just can't. Not now. Regulus goes uncommonly silent for the passing instant before springing back to life. No worries, love. Then your rockin' pirate friend will take the mic and blow these goons away on your behalf.
okay.
Awesome. Count me in for whatever else I can do.
Now,
Hop in, Captain.
hey,
What gives? I'm not riding shotgun. Man, someone needs to make sure Johnny doesn't crash the truck. We need our gear all in one piece for the show. You know, I was a DJ too, once upon a time. Had my own show at 9 every night. Don't touch the dial. You're listening to the Hard Rock Hour with Riley.
but
But that was before the town got taken over by those crazies. At first, it was just some restrictions on what I could play, but eventually, they started writing the set list themselves.
so,
I gave them the finger and went back to my old job. Then I met Johnny, and he convinced me to join his band. Fight the power with music. Radical, sister. I always knew you were two of a kind. Music freedom fighters.
that's right.
Too right, mate. You know, I'm chuffed to be able to sing with your band, but you ought to know it should be you up there. But if you want to be our wheel woman and drive us around, that's still Flav. End of the day, we're in a fight together. Just let them try to stop us. Thanks, Regulus. You know, there's a story behind this car. My Boots head dad used to run deliveries with it. Calling, smuggling if you like. He loved music. Can't remember a time when there wasn't Charlie Mingus, Elvis Presley, even Freddie Mercury playing when he was pulled in from work. So, that's where you got your love for rock and roll, eh? Your dad? Maybe. I guess I just started to connect the sounds of the music with him coming home. Rock became the rhythm of my childhood until my words fade out in the soft rumble of the engine as they drive towards the destination. Maybe we should all have piled into the truck. Would have been safer. You're safe at houses. You got us two riding with you. This rocking pirate held off the Foundation themselves once. Then they came at knocking. She brags further about her glorious exploits, her brave standoffs in the forest. And that was far from even my greatest exploit, but I admit that recent ones were more of a team effort. Still, I'll say we proved our punk credentials, haven't we, Mr. Apple?
Oh, I can't agree more.
Yes, I believe that could be more accurate use of the term punk. So then, this is far from your first rodeo.
Wow.
Do you think we can actually make a difference, or are we just making noise? Noise? Not a chance. Defiance against all odds? That's a true pirate way.
Okay.
I'm starting to think you really are a pirate. As a matter of fact, the captain did once own a ship engulfed in illegal activities. Not just one, mate. Don't forget our nearly departed Apple too. 2 generations of apples lost to the depths. One in battle and one battling through the storm.
Oh.
That must have been heartbreaking. I can't imagine what I'd feel like if I lost this old Jabati. It doesn't matter none. This rocking pirate won't be stuck ashore forever.
However,
We should consider making an application for the Foundation. I'm certain the time here would be happy to assist. Though, based on my understanding of the Foundation's current financial state, Captain, I recommend we not hold our proverbial breath. The Foundation. So, what are you, a licensed pirate now? Haha. Historically, this Apple believes the term would be privateer. Their vessels bob over potheads like waves on a choppy sea. Whether it's the rocky rolls or the looming destination, Regulus notes the grip her helmsman on the wheel. And on land or sea, any captain worth their salt knows what calms nerves on the eve of battle. Hey pal, quit feeling so blue. Sing away the sadness, let the joy shine through. Gotta say, Miss Regulus, if you're gonna be the lead singer, you're definitely about to bring down the house.
Oh,
It's just up ahead. Let's hop out here. Bruh, now to give these knuckle-dragging jackboots a real blowout show. To be continued. So we got the last one. Let's see. So part 7, crank up the rock, rocking all the way to the coast. This place is pretty swank up close, I gotta say.
So,
Yeah, back when this town was flush with gold, they built it as a fancy kind of opera hall. That'll explain it. Opera was never my jam, you know. Why spend all that money just to hang out with some stuffy old geezers? Miss Riley, where were we to meet Mr. Johnny and others? They're gonna pull around back and unload, so I guess that leaves us to find a way in. Regulus doesn't wait for the answer. She heads right to the door of the theater.
eh?
Hang on a tick. Wasn't there supposed to be a gathering here? Her words reverberate through the empty theater as a single figure rises from the seats below.
Hello.
I'm glad to see you change your mind about the invitation. The gentleman's gaze shifts from her to the bobbing apple that just rushed in behind her. Mr. Apple!
Oh, hello.
Mayor, I do hope you don't mind, but we brought a few other guests.
No problem.
Not at all. I'm honored to have you all here to join our service. About that, sir. We intend to make some changes to tonight's performance. Hey, Captain, let's bust some heads and rock out. The crewmate barged in behind them with a crash, holding their instruments high.
Cross my heart.
Fab, Lydia, get your gear on stage and set up.
May I ask?
I take it these are your guests, Mr. Apple? Exactly, sir. We thought we'd offer our help to liven up the services. Of course. How thoughtful of you. Though, we may need a larger venue for tonight's banquet. Oh, and Captain, I hope you don't mind, but we figured out swings through town and pick up a few more friends.
What?
Friends?
Hey!
Yeah, my girl Anna, and a bunch of other folks tired of these batches running our town. Haha, is this all you Order of Lightman's dogs could manage for a turnout?
Here's the case.
It's for the best if you ask me. I'd rather be playing for a live audience than some old busybody. This town has been crying out for freedom. Now, we're gonna do something about it. We've all been itching for a week to break out and finally do something big. Dust, cheers, excitement, restlessness pour into waves down the road. One car and then another, as a convoy of cars and people make their way through the town, through the theater. Folks, young and old, come together in the streets, ripping down their representative notice as they go, all headed into one direction.
Hey!
Would have been nice to get a little more warning if you were fixing to invite so many guests. The gentleman, once fallible tone, turned round as he drawn out the words. Especially when so many of them are exactly the type of undesirables we've been trying to keep out. Ladies and gentlemen, I do regret to remind you that this particular gathering is for Arcanus only. So I would ask that you show your registration forms before you. Pardon me, Mayor, but I think you ought to reconsider that policy. The vocalist has snuck up behind the mayor and now presses the metal barrel of her gun to his back. Of course, the only thing in the chamber is a burst of confetti, but he's in no position to figure that out.
What?
What in tarnations is going on? Didn't you hear us? We're putting on a show. Alright. Her companions rushed to set up her equipment on stage. Been thinking this tent could use a little change for its genre. We thought we might switch things up and do a bit of an old gospel.
Oh.
That's right. This gospel of the gods of rock and roll. Something to liven up the ghosts of this old town.
Hold on.
The control room's upstairs. I'll handle it. Once the music starts, I'll have us blaring from every speaker in town. Familiar with the venue, Raleigh palms the gun over to Regulus. The barrel still pointed firmly at the unfortunate gentleman's waist. You punk kids don't know what you're doing. It is one thing to play your trash music, but now you've gone too far. The Order of Enlightenment does not tolerate dissent. The cold steel is probably against the waist again. But I suppose it doesn't matter to scoundrels like you, does it? You didn't even bother to ask if you could. Better just use force.
Oh, let me see.
Don't go acting all high and mighty, mate. You and your thugs have kept this town under your boot for so long. And this is your coming up. We can still end this peacefully, miss. If you lower your gun now, we can discuss terms. Stop right there, everyone. Hands in the air. A commanding voice booms from outside. Riley halts mid-step up the stairs, and the band members looks up from the set of a wave of Order of Enlightenment enforcers barge into the theater. They push their way up towards the stage, armed with batons, a familiar face leading the way. I knew they'd get out of those old ropes.
Now?
Now that everyone's here, perhaps we might revisit our negotiations. Standing tall from his position on stage, the mayor surveys the theater as though assessing the battlefields between the two opposing armies. Back up! Everyone, step back! Drop what you're holding. Don't move. Don't think for a second. I won't smack you down. They raise their weapons, hoping a show of force will quench the flames of rebellion. What the hell are you doing? We're your neighbors, for God's sake. Are you trying to start a bloodbath? No, sir. We're just here to uphold the law and protect our duly elected mayor. Law? You really gonna call all these stupid ordinances you passed a law? First it was the Arcanist registration. Now you're banning music and arresting kids? You Enlightenment thugs have gone off the deep end. Listen, take one step forward and you're all going straight to jail. Hands gripping weapons trembles, as do the one clutching instrument, but no one steps back. We just want to have a concert. Exactly, a rock concert. The gun barrel lifts away from the mayor's waist. As it does, he breathes a sigh of relief.
Nice.
Good, now let's all behave like reasonable Well, of course there's no bullets and no blood. Only harmless, colorful ribbons. What? I thought this scene could use a bit of a festivality. The loud pop brings every eye in the theater straight to the mayor and the parrot. A moment of silence passes as the ribbon begins to land on the gentleman's coat. His expression shifts from shock to stupor, and then to fury.
Shoot.
Damn it. Arrest him! Don't let any of these punks escape. His words proved the perfect signal to raise the curtain and start the show. Damn it, my guitar! Hey, give it back! Back off, you're breaking the law. The mayor rules are clear. You're... A drumstick to the head cuts off his lecture. A snapstick is grabbed and thrown away into the throng of people. You brats! You had enough of you stirring up trouble. Well, we had enough of you! Don't let them ruin the show. The roaring crowd boils over, unleashing your primal scene as Baton and Arcanist skills fly. Riley fights her way past the ducks to the second floor as the band gears up to play over the brawl. Somewhere, a record player blares to life. A strange floating tune floating the gaps between the bodies. We'll all return to dust someday. History won't remember our names. A hat launched like a cannonball flies through the air, only to be swatted back by Apple.
Fab!
Hey, whoever picked that record, great taste.
Hey!
Captain, you're on the mic. Get up there. Wait, get up here. The stage becomes an island over the chaotic sea. Lydia swings her guitar like a club, knocking the hapless dog back into the growling mosh pit below. Embrace your troubles. Don't wait until the sea floods your ears. You absolute dolts. What is the purpose of filling all your pockets if you can't even do your damn job? Upstairs! Someone, upstairs, go! The mayor's voice falls to cut through the cheers and shouts. Damn it! What the hell do you think you're going to accomplish with this mess? Or did I miss the other thing? Yeah. Considering this a declaration of independence, as you Yanks would call it, these people want freedom, and we're here to give it to them. Get your filthy hands off my coat. I remember your face. Shut off that record player. Just wait. Will be new laws by morning. So the mayor is the one that's creating all these different crazy laws or unreal laws. The mayor is swallowed up by the crowd. No one's the same, but we're all yearning for the same thing. Regulus strides through the storm, dodging flying guitars, batons, and people. Cloaked in cheers and curses, she climbs atop the stage. Rock, 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 rock. Shining moments, forever unchanging. Lena retrieves a new guitar. Johnny makes a final check on the tuning. Now the whole crew stands ready, and the speakers crackle with static. As Regulus, like the pirate queen of metal, grasps the microphone in her hands. Hear me now, as I declare right here in Gold Dust, that tonight is the end. No more stupid law, no more bans, no rules, none at all. Gone today, gone tomorrow. Now Gold Dust cleaning out those ears. Turn up your radio and crank the volume up to the max. Let me hear you people. Raise those voices up and throw up those hands. Cause tonight we're delivering you the soundtrack of a revolution. Order of Enlightenment, people of Gold Dust. Let's give them a taste of what true enlightenment looks like. So 1 week later, did the mayor change? Is there a new mayor now? What's Anecdote doing? And that's how Apple and I missed the concert. so she's coming with excuses. So did that really actually happen? Oh, she got locked up again. I think Regulus is the one that got locked up the most out of all the characters in the game. Because I know she was the first. Well, she was the first character I got out of a 6-star, which is the highest character you could get, or 6 stars. Can you please they locked us up for 3 whole days? 3 days? For what? A newspaper on the table reads, "Troublemaker disturbs religious service, holds mayor hostage. A certain Apple under arrest. 6 young individuals with their criminal instruments, a pop gun, and plenty of smiles, alongside 233 other music lovers."
But
If it weren't for the Foundation and Timekeeper stepping in, you would have been in there for far longer, and you wouldn't have gotten your records back. I hope you might learn something from a lesson from all this. Don't you recall, back at the school apparel, all the trouble we got in over breaking rules? Now, about that group you mentioned, the Order of Enlightenment, do you still have the letter they sent you?
oh,
Oh, you want this? Fine. Consider it a little souvenir from my ordeal. She hands over the letter to Sonata with waiting hands. The Foundation will be looking into them. If what you told us is accurate, it may merit further investigation.
oh,
Oh, but we did receive a letter for you from, Riley? Riley? Give it here. I gotta know what my sister's in Rock is up to now. Regulus grabs the letter. The envelope is adored with a hand-drawn image of the several people holding instruments. Dear Captain.
Hey!
Dear Captain, our concert was absolutely incredible. I've never seen a crowd so alive.
I heard that.
Word has it, the whole town erupted from after our performance that night. It's such a shame we didn't get to see much of the reaction. Not that it matters much, I guess. The Order of Enlightenment steamrolled back in the next day. Nothing changed, same old laws, some new ones too. People act like nothing ever even happened. Whatever, let those thugs keep piling on the rules. Let's keep burning our records to ash and drowning out the airwave with their droning hums of chain and pens. In short, we did all. The Order of Enlightenment grips, that grumpy mayor, all of it's still here.
I don't know.
So, maybe tomorrow will suck as much as the next day.
At least.
But for that brief moment, we are free. And if some kids ask about real music one day, we'll be able to tell them the truth. You said it, Captain. Rock is the soundtrack of revolution. And I have to believe that one day, we're gonna win. Sonetta listens silently as the letter concludes, a thoughtful expression crossing her face. Riley really got away with words. I hope she makes it back to the mic one day. Well, it does sound like you had a fun time at least.
Cross my heart.
Fun? Fun doesn't even begin to cover it. Sonetta nods faintly, then changes the subject. Your friend's letter gave me much to think about music, about gold dust, about rock. I suppose there's still a lot I have to learn. For instance, I'm actually quite curious of what all the fuss about rock music. For what I understand, the genre has a good deal to do with the rebellion of youth and...
Whoa! No!
Stop,
Keep it
stop.
in the tank!
Don't overanalyze it. Rock and roll isn't complicated, Sonetta.
Yeah.
Rock
That's
is rock.
more like it.
That's it. That's all. So that is the end of Regulus's Anecdote. Open mic. So we're just choosing the ones but we just need at least one, so it increases or shortens the timer. I don't have to get more. I forgot to collect yesterday, so that's why.